With the 2026 World Cup on the horizon, Manchester United stars are gearing up, hoping to emulate the incredible success of Lisandro Martinez, who lifted the trophy with Argentina back in 2022. He became the fifth United player ever to win the World Cup. On the flip side, Raphael Varane was on the losing French side in that epic final. So, who from the current and future United setup could be the sixth? It is fun to look back and see just how much has changed since Qatar 2022. Let us take a journey back in time and see where every single player in the United squad, and even some key transfer targets, were during that tournament. Let's start with the goalkeepers. Our current backup, Altay Bayındır, was the number one for Fenerbahçe in Turkey at the time. He only made the move to Manchester in the summer of 2023. Tom Heaton was already here in his second spell with the club. Andre Onana had a very eventful 2022. He was playing for Cameroon at the World Cup during his one and only season with Inter Milan. He'd later go on to a Champions League final before joining us at Old Trafford. Then there's Sen Lammens, a name some might not know. Back in 2022, he was a backup keeper at Club Brugge behind Simon Mignolet. He's now at Royal Antwerp. Now for the defense. Harry Maguire was a rock for England at the World Cup and was still the Manchester United captain. Luke Shaw, our longest-serving player, also featured prominently for the Three Lions. And remember Tyrell Malaysia? He was part of the Netherlands squad in Qatar. We haven't seen him play for his country since June 2023, of course. We have to talk about the man himself, Lisandro Martinez. Having just signed for United in the summer of 2022, he went on to play 5 games for Argentina, helping them conquer the world. What a start to his United career, alongside our established stars. Let's look at some defenders linked with the club. Matthijs de Ligt had just moved to Bayern Munich from Juventus in the summer of 2022. Another Bayern player, Noussair Mazraoui, had also just left Ajax and was instrumental in Morocco's historic run to the semi-finals. Then we have the rising stars. Leny Yoro, a name on everyone's lips, was just a teenager at Lille. He had made his debut at 16, but was still a fledgling talent. Patrick Dorgu hadn't even made his professional debut. He was with Lecce's youth team, having joined from Nordsjælland. It's amazing how quickly things can change. And what about our own academy products? Aiden Heaven was still in Arsenal's academy back then. Tyler Fredrickson was part of our FA Youth Cup winning side and even played in a friendly under Ten Hag during the World Cup break. And Harry Amass was at Watford's academy, getting his first taste of a senior matchday squad in early 2023 before joining United. Finally, a name from afar, Diego Leon, was still in the Cerro Porteño Academy in Paraguay, only making his debut in 2024. Moving into the midfield, Casemiro had just arrived from Real Madrid and was a key figure for Brazil and Qatar, where they reached the quarterfinals. Bruno Fernandes was, as always, a vital player for us and for Portugal, who also made it to the quarters. Mason Mount was still a Chelsea player and was part of England's squad, even starting their opening game. And what about our wonder kid, Kobbie Mainoo? It's hard to believe, but he hadn't made a single senior appearance for United when the World Cup was on. He did score in our mid-season friendlies, a sign of what was to come. Before his official debut in January 2023, what a meteoric rise. Other academy midfielders like Dan Gore, another FA Youth Cup winner, and Toby Collier, who joined from Brighton in March 2022, were playing for our under-21s. It just shows the pipeline of talent we have. Let's look at some midfield and attacking transfer targets. Manuel Ugarte was playing for Sporting in Portugal under Ruben Amorim. He'd moved to PSG the following year. Matheus Cunha was at Atletico Madrid, and although he played in the qualifiers, he sadly missed out on Brazil's squad for Qatar. He joined Wolves a month later. Brian Mima was In his first Premier League season with Brentford and represented Cameroon at the tournament, Joshua Zirkzee had just left Bayern Munich for Bologna in August 2022, but wasn't yet in the Dutch national team picture. Benjamin Sesko was tearing it up for Red Bull Salzburg in Austria before his move to RB Leipzig, and young Cheeto Obi Martin had just joined Arsenal's academy from Denmark. Finally, let's look at our own forwards. Rasmus Højlund was on a wild ride. He started the 2020-23 season at Sturm Graz in Austria, moved to Atalanta, and made his Denmark debut, but was left out of their World Cup squad. How things have changed. Marcus Rashford had a great tournament for England, scoring 3 goals, although many feel he should have played more in the quarter-final loss to France. He then returned to have his best ever season for United, scoring 30 goals. And what about Jadon Sancho? He unfortunately didn't make the England squad. While his teammates were in Qatar, Erik ten Hag sent him on an individual training program in the Netherlands to work on his fitness. It's fascinating to see where everyone was just a couple of years ago. From World Cup winners and key international players to academy kids just starting their journey. It really highlights the rapid progression in football and makes you excited for who might be lifting that trophy in 2026. Who do you think will be United as next World Cup winner? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more United content.